Khashoggi with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. U.S. intelligence says MBS likely ordered the killing. Middle East Institute senior fellow Brian Katula says the White House needs strong relations with the Saudis and the Gulf states
that address energy security, that address regional security, that address food security at a time when there's a lot of turmoil geopolitically.
White House Energy Security Advisor Amos Hochstein says he expects gas prices in the U.S. to fall to $4 a gallon, which is good given Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine.
This is the fastest decline rate that we've seen against a major increase of oil prices during a war in Europe, where one of the parties in the war is the third largest producer in the world.
It's been more than 3 decades since the signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Disability rights activist Judy Heumann remarked on what the anniversary means for folks living with disabilities and their families.
Our moving forward as a disability community, being granted civil rights like other constituents in the United States, not only was a powerful message here, but a powerful message around the world.
I'm Nadia Ramlagan for Pacifica Network and Public News Service. Find our 8 trust indicators to support transparency and accuracy at publicnewsservice.org.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW Shawila.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Scott along with you and all by my lonesome. If you were tuned in a little earlier, I let folks know as I delivered the weather this morning that both the girls were out with personal problems. And that wasn't true. They are just, my sister had surgery on her knee, and Michelle has some family stuff going on. So no morning show this morning, but I thought I could still pop in, seize the airwaves, and deliver you some odd news and a few other things. So let's start off with a few other things. I was just checking news headlines, and I found a couple fun ones. First up, Sylvester Stallone is in the news after picking on the former, I guess the producer of the Rocky movies, Irwin Winkler, saying, kind of demanding that he gets some of the rights and royalties to the Rocky franchise. I think that was kind of a lack of foresight on his side, and why is he demanding it from a 92-year-old man? All right, for not planning ahead on his part. But, you know, you get older, kind of like me, you start doing things that are just a little too goofy. All right, this might make some people excited. It's time for Bennifer 2. Apparently over the weekend, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are going for round 2. They got remarried. It's such a bad idea. Such a bad idea. Why would you do that? The first time didn't work. Oh, my God. Sorry.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
All right, let's keep going. Let's see. I had one more. Here, if you've been watching the World Athletic Championships, maybe you missed it. A cameraman wandered right onto the track and impeded the steeplechase. As if another weird things haven't happened to it. It's another bizarre incident took center stage during Monday's competition, this time in the 3,000-meter steeplechase. In an event built around obstacles, runners ran into an unplanned impediment on the track, or impediment, is that the way to say it? A cameraman. As competitors still bunched up in the early stages of the race, ran down the stretch of Hayward track field. A cameraman stood in lane 2 with his back turned to the field. Runners faced a choice, go left or go right, and hope not to knock him down. He made it. I think it would have been a lot better, though, if he would have got knocked down. All right. Then on the scary side, I hate to deliver scary news. After the coronavirus pandemic and the rise of monkeypox cases, news of another virus can trigger nerves globally. A highly infectious Marburg virus has been reported in the West African country of Guyana this week. Now, this is all according to the World Health Organization. Marburg doesn't sound friendly at all. Sounds like a place in Germany you wouldn't want to visit. Two unrelated people passed away after testing positive for Marburg in the southern Ashanti region of the country. WHO said on Sunday the highly infectious disease is similar to Ebola and has no vaccine. It's very, very virulent, too. Health officials in the country say they're working to isolate close contacts and mitigate the spread of the virus. So far, around 90 people that they're quarantining. Health authorities have reported swiftly getting a head start on preparing for a possible outbreak. Fatality rates from this disease can reach nearly 90%, according to the WHO. They're doing everything they can to stop this and warning countries around the area to be vigilant and keep an eye out. So, wow, just another fun virus for us to worry about. Let's move on to weather. Here in Maine, I got over an inch of rain last night. Absolutely crazy. Everything's soggy and super high humidity. So it's just, even with the AC on, you're still sticky. I got 87 and 62 today under very cloudy skies and more rain on the way. Now, that might make you jealous because there in Chihuahua, sunny today with a high of 88, light winds 10 miles per hour, and clear skies, 57 degrees. Now for your Wednesday, 92 and 57 under sunny skies. Thursday's 92 and 58, partly cloudy. Friday, 89 and 57, mostly sunny. Right now, Saturday, sunny and 90 with, get this, a 1% chance of rain. That means one person is going to get it. All right, let's see, where did I leave off? Saturday, so Sunday, 92 and 59, partly cloudy skies, and Monday, 93 with sunshine. Going to be a great weekend to be at the lake. All right. We also had a couple community events coming up. Let's see, we have the, let's see, I lost it now. Let me get down to the right day. This is for Friday. You've got adult pickleball at the Chihuahua Court beginning at 11 a.m. Chihuahua Farmers Market beginning at 11 a.m. on Friday as well. That goes to 3:30. Special side note, Brad Schaefer from the Farmers Market will be part of the morning show tomorrow with Mike Bentz, possibly Michelle, and myself. Then on Saturday, we have a charity golf tournament from Newark. That's going on at your Chihuahua Golf and Country Club. We'll find out more from Mike tomorrow, but you could be involved in that if you like to golf. That starts at noon. And on Thursday, let's back up, we have a senior potluck. All right. It's embarrassing to have an itchy nose on the camera. I'm sorry. I'm not picking it. I wish I could cut that out. Let's keep going. Let's keep going this morning and go ahead and fire up that thing we like to do. I know it's not quite the end of the show, but it's the end of the show as far as I'm concerned.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Hey, as we roll into odd news, I could do special events for today. I just realized that. And, of course, you know how I am. It's Flight Attendant Safety Professionals Day. I have no idea. Flight Attendant Safety Professionals Day. They're flight attendants that just do safety? Huh. It's also Daiquiri Day, and you got the weather for it in Chihuahua. Raspberry Cake Day. That sounds delicious. Words with Friends Day. Doesn't say if they're good words or bad words. It just says have some words. And then New Friends Day. That's what I need to do here in Maine. I need some new friends. And then it's Stick Out Your Tongue Day, or Stick Out Your Tongue Day, as some people say. All right, number for the day is 13,080, and that is the number of nuclear warheads in the world as of today. Over 13,000.
Oh, no! We suck again!
On to the news attack, where the first part real and the second part is a bad joke. I wish I had help for these, but I really, really don't. On a list of the most stressed U.S. cities, Cleveland is on top. And as I came out here to Maine, I had to drive through Cleveland. I know why. And isn't the news of being the most stressed list on the most stressed list simply going to make those cities even more stressed? Here you go.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
All right. Scientists think humans developed a taste for chocolate about 2,600 years ago when the Mayas used earthenware teapots to prepare cocoa drinks. They're hoping to prove that the real reason the Mayan culture disappeared is because they refused to tell Spanish explorers how to make candy that melts in your mouth but not in your hand. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad, wasn't it? Researchers say staying awake for it's so hard when the girls aren't laughing at my stupid jokes. Researchers say staying awake for 24 hours straight makes you about as impaired as having enough alcohol to be legally drunk. So if you stay awake for 24 hours straight, you're going to be just like a drunk person. So never, ever let your kids drive home from a slumber party. That's bad, too. Police in India say a kidnapping they were asked to investigate turned out to be an American woman's attempt to get money from her own parents after she ran out of cash in India. Turns out, Lori Laughlin's girls, oh, you should know better. Where's the rim shot? Hasbro's partnered with 3D printing company to make you into an action figure. Because what boy wouldn't want his dad and his dad's bod hanging out on his toy shelf protecting a coin collection or something like that? I asked Hasbro to go ahead and make one of me. They said they're going to call it the Weeble. Researchers indicate that just practicing over and over won't necessarily make you any better at chess. I tried to tell my parents the same thing about algebra. It didn't work out so well. Home Depot has Halloween decorations for sale already. Halloween teaches children a very important lesson. It's okay to take candy from strangers as long as you give mom and dad half. All right. Hey, my new room's a little echoey, isn't it? Wow. I'm missing some things on the walls. All right, study found that women enjoy much better mental health if they make as much as their husbands. They feel a lot safer, too, because they can go to sleep knowing that the rent money won't be blowing on a Kickstarter invention to make your own beef jerky. We do that kind of stuff, guys. Oh, man, we got some good wacky but true stories today. No bad jokes to go along with these. It's all self-contained by the people who commit the idiocy or the crime. First, a woman in Michigan suing a guy over one bad date. Wasn't me. One bad date. That's it. All right, one bad date, claiming she had a less than perfect date. Legal documents show she first filed this suit back in 2020, and in it she alleged Richard deliberately and intentionally hurt her when he did not show up and left her, and it was her mom's birthday, and her mom had just passed away. It's crushing for her. In a Zoom court appearance by all parties, the conference quickly erupted into a heated argument between Ashanti and Judge Herman Marable, who eventually ripped his face shield off to yell at her while she continued to shout over the top of him. The judge said a claim like hers should be handled in circuit court instead and ordered it to get moved there. But Ashanti, she didn't want any part of that explanation. She just kept yelling, and in the end, she was granted a new court date with another judge. So this story is to be continued.
There's nothing to see. Over there.
There is nothing to see. All right, wacky but true. Cops called a woman practicing her yodeling. Yeah, I get to do that sound effect again. That's awesome. They called a woman as she practiced her yodeling in Germany, who were called to investigate reports of screams. They found a 76-year-old woman in her apartment practicing yodeling, and that's exactly what it sounded like. She's just not a very good yodeler. That's all I'm saying. All right, police in the UK said a suspected shoplifter lost some clothing in a struggle with security guards. Boy, I can't talk for nothing. A woman was caught stealing a package of diapers and was taken to the security office where she struggled with a security guard. The guard grabbed onto the shoplifter's shirt. This sounds bad already, but she managed to get free of the garment and fled the store topless. Yeah, she was quickly caught. Once again, let's do this one.
There's nothing to see. Gather over there.
Well, you don't see that every day.
It's too bad. All right, another one. This is creepy, too. Man in Germany was arrested for going to the bathroom on an ATM after it refused to give him any money. It was easy to catch the guy since he was recorded by the security camera, and the machine had his name and account number as well. Here's what he had to say.
Why didn't you take a picture? It'll last longer.
Morning TV segment on CNBC's Squawk Box quickly turned weird. Boy, there's a lot of weird stuff going on today. Get this one. I got interrupted not only by a barking dog, which happens all the time on Thursdays here, but also by a man in his underwear. CNBC anchor Andrew Ross Sorkin was interviewing a guest early Monday from Sirius Asset Management CEO Karen Firestone when the pair were interrupted by the sound of a barking dog. As Sorkin proceeded to ask his guest where markets are headed this fall, a man in his underwear could be seen scampering across the back of the live shot. Both Sorkin and the guest ignored the blooper, or at least decided not to call attention to it. CNBC anchor continued with his original question. Which was, it was this one.
You know, just like to fall in the mud and get kicked in the head by an iron boot. Of course you don't. No one does. It never happens.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ted. It's a dumb question. Skip that.
All right. Animal rescuers, they do good stuff, right? Here's one. An animal rescue happened when a furry friend got trapped in an old well or a drain pipe. That's what usually happens. I'm getting this all wrong. But that's the way it usually goes, right? Animal trapped in a drain pipe, fell in a well, that kind of stuff. Or stuck in an apartment of an automobile engine, or trapped in a tree. Then there are animal rescues with a bit more comedy, such as a skunk with its head stuck in a soda can. In Ohio, young Jasmine Powers helped a distressed skunk by simply walking up to it and tugging the soda can off the critter's head. You know, for some reason, it doesn't seem like a good idea to me. All right, not wanting to get an odorous thank you from the animal, Jasmine hightailed it away as the skunk crawled under a vehicle, so she made it away safely. And now a word from the skunk who had the can, took off his head.
I can hear again, and I can see. I can hear again, and I can see. But who am I?
Oh, man, poor skunk. Man in Ireland, this is our last one. Bet you're glad about that. A man in Ireland had to buy a ticket for a flight that he never intended to use, just so he could search for his missing suitcase. During the ongoing travel chaos, passengers have had to deal with canceled or delayed flights and a lot of lost luggage. Dermot Lennon returned from a trip to Australia after his luggage was apparently lost. He left the airport without his suitcase. Now, after hearing nothing for a week, he later returned to the airport to track down his bag. The problem was, in order to gain access, he was forced to buy a plane ticket, despite having no intention to fly. He spent $180 on a ticket he didn't use, so he must have found a short trip. Good deal. Then after wandering around for hours searching the airport, Lennon finally managed to locate his suitcase in the midst of thousands and thousands of pieces of luggage. That's pretty cool. All right.
That's not mine. I'm telling you, baby, that's not mine. I don't even know what this is. This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
Actually, when he found his suitcase, he was so happy.
Well, I've got news for you. You're mine now. You belong to me.
And that's your odd news for Tuesday. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. And don't forget, tomorrow, me and Mike Benson, Michelle, and our special guest, Brad Schaefer from the Chewelah Farmers Market. That takes off at 7:20 tomorrow. Take care.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.